Esther finessed her way. Yo, this is so good. Do you guys ever get to those moments where God humbles you and you're like, yeah, like I'm bad and bougie? This is literally the verse that everybody puts on their Instagram bio, like for such a time as this. I've been talking for 21 minutes. I'm not even on like chapter 3. Am I allowed to put this in this video? I don't know. I mean, it's the Bible. Hey guys, welcome to the second part of the video. Let's get on to this video. Same, roll the intro clip. Okay, get into it. I'm like in the spirit right now, so we're gonna enter on to like the second part because this is a really long video, so I'm probably gonna cut it into 2 or 4 or 3. We'll see. Basically, long story short, Mordecai discovers a plot. Okay, so basically what Haman did is that he went to the king and he was like, hey, Jews are bad people. He finessed his way to the king. Like, I don't know if he was like okay with it, but he kind of like, I guess, got manipulated into it. So then they sent out the decree. So then I love this part because now we're getting into Esther, like when Esther agrees to help the Jews. So when Mordecai learned that all that happened, he tore his clothes and put aside and went out to the midst of the city, cried out, loud and bitter cry. He went as far as the king's gate, that no one would enter the gate. So I didn't know this. Like, reading this now that I'm older, the Jews went into a fast and they went into a prayer, like for their lives. For if you remain completely silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place. But you and your father's house will perish. Yet who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Wow. So basically Mordecai and Esther are having a conversation and he's like, oh, if you're silent. Like basically this is saying this is Esther's purpose. Esther's purpose is to save the Jews. Like, you were born for such a time as this. Is literally the verse that everybody puts on their Instagram bio, like for such a time as this. Oh my god, I love this. Okay, then Esther told them to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Jews who are present in Shushan and fast for me. So she sent them out to a fast. Like, God's hand was in all of this. Like, and basically the king represents God, so that's like a whole different thing. I mean, neither eat nor drink for 3 days, night or day. My maids and I will fast likewise. And wow. And so I will go to the king, which is against the law. So this is her like savageness. That she's like, I will go to the king even though it's against the law. And if I perish, I perish. She was willing to get her head. Like this queen was willing to give her life for these Jews. Like, but she didn't do it not prepared, which is what the beginning said. Like, she was like, yo, like everybody fast and pray for me because when I enter the king and I ask him to like not kill the Jews, I could potentially die. But like she didn't, you know, but still. So like whatever purpose you guys have, like you have to be willing to go through the process. You have to be willing to go for it. Like not that you're gonna die, but to go through the process and be like, yo, I'm willing to go through this. Like I'm willing to go through this process no matter how tough it is. Because like that's it. Like that's your purpose. You have to go after your purpose. Like if this encourages you at all, like go after your purpose. Esther's banquet. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther commanded him. And that's crazy how like the child becomes the parent. How it happened on the 3rd day. Oh my god. That's crazy. Like it happened on the 3rd day. You know, when Jesus died, he rose up on the 3rd day. So you know how like the Bible has all this context? Like that's crazy, dude. Okay, Esther put on her royal robe and stood in the inner court of the king's palace across the king's house. So it was then when the king saw Queen Esther standing in the court that she found favor in his sight. Again, favor. She found favor in his sight. So we find favor in the Lord. The king said, bring Haman quickly that he may do as Esther had said. So the king and Haman went to the banquet that Esther had prepared. So like she prepared this feast. Outside of this, like spiritually wise, she was preparing for this spiritually. Like she was having everyone fast and praying for like, because she knew that this feast was a time where everything could go down. Like this is so intense. I'm like, I hope you guys have your Bibles with me and like reading. I'm on chapter 5 right now. Like, I hope you guys are reading this with me because this is like really intense. Then Esther answered and said, my petition and my request is this. If I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, then let the king and Haman come to the banquet which I will prepare for them, and tomorrow I will do as the king said. Oh, but Haman saw Mordecai and then da-da-da-da-da. We don't like Haman. He's terrible. The king honors Mordecai. That night the king could not sleep. Can you, like, the king knew, like, he knew what was gonna go down. Like, he was manipulated to like write the scrolls for all these people, but he knew, because this man is a spiritual man, because he's the king of Persia. So like, he knows, like, he knows what's gonna go down. Do you ever get those nights that you're like so nervous for something that you can't sleep? Oh my God, God's convicting me. Or like those nights that like you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh my God, you need to wake up and pray. Like this is the night. Like, God is talking to the king right now. Oh my God, I'm getting like, ah! I really hope you guys are reading this with me. Oh, I know this part. I remember this part. Because, okay, so basically oh, I love this part. I'm not gonna read it because I can explain it. So basically Haman goes into the king's court, right? And the king wanted to honor someone. I'm gonna get to that part. And basically Haman was like, oh, he's gonna honor me, and that is the other one, pride. So Haman was like full of freaking pride. Like, he was the most prideful person, and he was like, yeah, like, the king's gonna honor me. So the king asked him, he goes, if I were to honor someone, what should I give to them? And then Haman was like, oh, you should give him this and this and this and this and this. And then you know what the king did? And he goes, boy, the king humbled him real quick. He was like, you're gonna honor Mordecai with everything you just said. Boy, shorty was humbled real quick. You guys ever get to those moments where God humbles you and you're like, yeah, like, I'm bad and bougie and I'm gonna like do this and do that and do this with my life, and God's like, no, honey, take a seat from your high horse, because I'm gonna put you through the process that's gonna humble you real quick. This is basically Haman's humbling. So if you guys are dealing with pride and things like that, humble yourselves, because if not, God will bring you into the process to humble you, like the king did with Haman. Oh my God, this is so good. See, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, because Esther is such a good book. There's so many things. I'm like you feel it too, right? I'm like, yo, like, this is like better than TV. And then the king goes to Haman, hurry, take the robe and the horse as you, love this. Hurry, take the robe and the horse as you have suggested, and do so for Mordecai, the faithful one. So those of you guys that are faithful, remain faithful in despite of your enemies, because God will let those enemies honor you. Yo, this is so good. Leave nothing undone of all that you have spoken. So Haman humbled himself, shorty humbled himself real quick, and he had to obey the king and arrayed Mordecai. Think about Haman, man. But Mordecai deserved it because he's faithful. And because you're faithful, you're gonna get that honor. It may take longer, but and you may see like someone else like going through their process and getting their blessings bigger than you, but then you come back and you're like, oh my God, like, where's my blessing? And God's like, your Haman's can't give it to you hand to hand. So, oh my God, my fire is like, whoo. My God, that is who you are. We make a miracle worker, promise keep. Number 7. So the king and Haman went to dine with Queen Esther, and then on the second day of the banquet, the king again said to Esther, what is your petition, Queen Esther? It shall be granted to you. And what is your request? Up to half the kingdom, it shall be done. Then Queen Esther answered and said, if I had found favor in your sight, O king, and if it pleases the king, let my life be given me at my petition and my people at my request. For we have been sold, my people and I, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be annihilated. So the king answered and said to Queen Esther, who is he and where is he? Who would dare presume in his heart to do such a thing? And Esther said, the adversity and the enemy is the wicked Haman. So Haman was terrified before the king and queen. Oh my God, this is getting so good. Then the king arose in his wrath in the banquet and went to the palace garden, but Haman stood before Queen Esther, pleading for his life, for he saw that evil was determined against him by the king. Ooh. But the king returned from the palace garden to the banquet. Haman had fallen across the couch. Wow, Haman, that's just intense. Haman had fallen across the couch where Esther was. Then the king said, will he also assault the queen while I'm in the house? And as the word of the king's mouth, it covered Haman's face. Now, Harbana, look, the gallows that Haman prepared for Mordecai. Then the king's wrath subsided. Am I allowed to put this in this video? I don't know. I mean, it's the Bible, so like, you see how intense this is? Okay, I can, because people watch like killings and stuff like on TV, so wow, this is like a really different video. I can't, like, so much went down in this. Like, they go into the feast, they talk to Queen Esther. Basically, the queen stood up for herself and she was like, I am a queen, I am Jewish. If you want to perish my people, but spare my life and my people's life because we're Jewish. And then the king was like, who would do that to my queen that has favor with me? Because everything she asked, if she found favor in his eyes, she found favor in his eyes. And then Haman prepared for Mordecai to get hanged. Haman got hanged on it. The irony. Like, think about it. Think about this. The enemy is preparing, like, your enemies, right? Think about your enemies. The people that like hate on you are preparing you like to fail. But it's gonna be them that's gonna go like on the path that they're thinking that you are, because they're talking curses to you. But boy, girl, you guys run through your process. You guys run to your purpose, and if you're doing the purpose and will of God, God will back you up, just how God did with Esther, just how God did with Mordecai. And he hung Haman at his place. That's insane. Oh my God, we're almost done, right? Yeah, 2 more pages, but 2 more chapters, which is so crazy. I'll end the video here. So guys, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all social media, will be linked down below. Follow and read the Bible. I love you guys, and I know that God has a strong purpose for you, and yes, you are called for such a time as this. So with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, God bless you.